Hello everybody and welcome back to Tomcat Airguns. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Firebird 50 and the Firebird 65 exploding targets. These things are loud. In fact, the first time I shot the Firebird 50, I ran inside the house to get my first responder radio because I thought somebody was going to call me in because I was surprised at how such a small thing can be so loud. So the Firebird 65s are even larger. They're not thicker, but they are larger. And I think what that's about is the design is meant to direct the sound back at the shooter, so they're even louder to the shooter. So what I did was I picked myself up a sound meter. So I'll have this out at about 10 feet or so away from it. And just to let you guys know, you can use these with high power air gun, pistol, shotgun, rifle, archery. I think that might be it. Let's see. Pistol. I don't know if I think I said it's pistol. Anyway, 10 to a pack. You can see what they look like right down here. And let's see what else. There is a safety distance of 50 feet. So if you're going to use these with a pistol, make sure you're 50 feet away or more. These are rated for 125 decibels. So make sure you're wearing hearing protection or shooting these from a pretty good distance away. On the back side, you'll see they've got double-sided tape here. So stick them to whatever you want, really. But I was talking to the owner about these, and he said you'll get the best reaction if you stick them to like a hard metal surface. Metal backer is going to just work with the way that they're designed and give you the biggest flash and the most sound and all that stuff. So when you can, put them on metal. However, I've used these by sticking them to a 2x4, and it worked just fine, and it was plenty loud enough for me. So it's not critical to be on metal. It's just going to give you the best results. Also, when you do shoot these, you want to hit them from straight on. You don't want to come in at an angle or anything like that. You want to straight on. That's going to give you the best reaction, again, with the way this is designed. Now, I have shot these from a 45, and they work just fine for me. Shot them on a 2x4, they work just fine for me. When I shot them and I came in at a 45 and hit the edge here, that's when they started to fail. It kind of like fizzled and kind of made pop instead of boom, if you know what I mean. It just was unimpressive versus hitting the face of it and hitting it at 90, it's going to be impressive. So let's get outside and get to shooting. So guys, you're about 10 feet away. The sound meter is right next to the camera there, and we're going to start with the Firebird 50s. Now, the camera's going to compensate for the loud noise, so it's really not going to be a proper representation, but maybe the sound meter will pick up some kind of difference, and I'll show you that through the Tacticam scope. All right, guys, so I've got everything set up downrange. The sound meter's down there set to max, camera, everything. So let's just get to shooting. God. Woo. All right, let's set up the 65s. I meant to look and try to read the sound meter right after I took that shot, but it's just so surprisingly loud coming out of such a small thing that I completely forgot. And I had hit giggles. So, all right, 65. Oh my gosh, it echoes like 3 times. I can hear it boom, boom, boom. Wow. Oh, let's see what the decibel reader says. 116. So at 10 feet away, they're putting out about the same amount of boom. You guys should hear this echo off the mountains. I mean, it's boom, 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 boom. I think I hear it 3 or 4 times. You guys can't, but anyway, advantages to the 65. You've got a larger hit zone on that 65. So it's going to it's just going to be easier to hit. So if you got a young shooter you're trying to teach and have fun with, that would be an advantage to the 65s. Who knew an airgun could make so much noise? All right, Firebird 65, here we go. 116.1, so very consistent. I was going to do another Firebird 50, but I tried to re-stick it to here where I had these 2 explosions already, and as soon as I stuck it, it fell right off and gooped up the tape, so I couldn't reuse it. As I said, these things can be really addicting, so I set up the sound meter here at 50 yards, and I just want to see how much sound I'm receiving here back at the bench 50 yards away. So that's a good enough excuse to shoot another one. All right, Firebird 65, 50 yards. Oh my gosh. All right, that's it. I gotta be done now. So I was going to share a little trick that you guys might do on your shooting partner, your kids, whatever. You go down to the range with your friends and don't tell anybody that you have these. Just get a package and kind of slide it in your range bag, in your pocket, you know. And then you go down, you offer to set up their target for them. You go down range, slap this on the target backer, and then take their target and put it over top, and don't say anything to anybody. They'll see their target will probably have a little bump in it or whatever, and they'll think you just did a crummy job hanging their target. So just let it ride, and then just watch the fun, because they're going to get a scope full of flash and a bang, and they're going to freak out. So that's just a trick you might play on your friends. And oh, and a word about durability. A while ago, I did a little experiment with these where I've had them in the shop here, the Firebird 50s. Had them in the shop, in the package, they're just kind of hanging out, but it's middle of winter, so it's cold and just, they're getting old, they're out here. I'm like, man, I don't know if these are even gonna work anymore. So I took one of those old ones and I stuck it out on a 2x4 outside, and it snowed on it at least twice, sub-zero temperatures, just not good conditions for something like this, which you would think would want to be kept cool and cool or warm and dry, you know, just really in a nice environment, and I just abused it. They worked. All of them worked. The only time they didn't work was when I shot them wrong. It kind of hit them on an angle. Then they fizzled. But they all worked. Even the one that was out there in 2 snowstorms worked. So surprisingly durable exploding targets right here. So guys, I hope you'll head over to firebirdtargets.com. You can pick these up there. I think you might be able to pick these up off Amazon too, so check that out as another resource for them. But get yourself some. You're really not going to be disappointed in these. They're awesome. That's pretty much all I've got for you today on these. So as always, thanks for watching and happy shooting.